Welcome to the Final Hour podcast, coming to you from the original Living Word Christian Center out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name's Jim Hammond.
I'm Linnea Farrell.
I'm John Gapp.
I'm GD.
And we are back from our tour to Israel.
Yes.
We're home.
I got back. It's a 24-hour travel from the time you leave your house to the time you get to your destination. So I was back
Sunday.
Right. I was back Sunday morning, 10 a.m. The rest of the tour was back Saturday morning, right? Around 10
Friday.
11. Friday morning.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And we're going to do it again next year. And,
Don't email in asking when yet, because we don't know. I love you, and I love all the emails that people send in, but please don't ask until we send out the dates and the link for you to sign up.
If you do ask, we won't even answer. That's coming as soon.
Just going to shake my head
We're
when I see the
telling you.
email.
We've already covered that right now. So it was just an amazing tour.
54 great people,
Yes.
ourselves
was.
included, I guess,
Yeah.
in that number. That's all right. Yeah.
Plus Guy and Urim.
Yep, so 56.
Yeah.
We had people join us from Wyoming, Wisconsin, Florida, California,
North Carolina,
Arizona,
Alabama,
yes, Alabama,
Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Melinda in Alabama. I hope you're doing better.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you'll be in our prayers. But
Did we say Steve from California?
yeah, I mean, I just named the states.
Steve.
You had Steve in California, yes, Ann in Wyoming, Cindy's still Wisconsin,
yeah, Tim and Kathy were Wisconsin. Yep.
yes,
A lot of people we're not going to go through all the names and where they're from.
Florida,
I'm from Maple Grove.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So we haven't even had time to.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna run through every site that we went through in order.
Yeah.
But our tour to Israel is different. There's some people that blow in there in a week, and it's cheaper, by the way.
That's crazy, too, because our hotels are amazing.
Yes, because we go.
Yeah.
Our tour is cheaper, and we're able to go with 4- and 5-star hotels because.
Secret weapon.
Aliyah is
Yeah.
the name of our tour company, is nonprofit.
Yep.
And so I'm just already setting up next year. We'll never take over one bus. One bus was plenty. And it was an honor, and it was amazing for those of you that went and are watching. So many people, I was touched by so many people there. It was nice to be able to get to know people pretty well that have been at Living Word since 1993, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
So, I mean, all of that, it was just amazing.
Yep.
And really, we're going to spend some time going over these sites.
Yeah.
There's so much.
And you're going to see the footage, early in the trip, we're at a place called Mitzgavam. Do you know how to spell that, John? So if there's
Mizgav.
M-I-Z.
Space A-M.
Yeah, it's a yeah.
M-I-G.
M-I-C-K.
Mizgavan.
Mitz-
Mizgav.
Gavam.
A-M.
All right,
It's
so
like
she
a
spelled
it's
it.
like a TZ, but
it'll
yeah.
be on the
So
screen.
you're at the top of this mountain, and you're overlooking, you're on the Syrian and Lebanese border.
Right.
All right. First, we met with the military tank crews
Yeah.
that were stationed there.
Kids. They're just kids.
Very,
But they're
amazing.
They're put together.
Yes.
Yeah.
if you could have been there 2 years ago when I was there with John Hagee, the place was so tense. Hezbollah all over the place. You could see Hezbollah from this mountain. Years ago, they would wave at you. The terrorists would wave at you.
We did show a picture of that one time you had.
Yes, I've shown you a picture of a Hezbollah guy taking pictures of a tour, and everyone on the tour is taking pictures of him. But since then, what October 7th did,
Yeah.
all right, it was horrendous, and it was horrible,
Yeah.
all right? But it allowed the Israelis to really go after Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And even on the Syrian border, push into Syria and almost set up like a buffer zone farther than was before. And so Mitzkavam is this place. It was very interesting because all the neighborhoods on the Lebanon side
Right.
had been flattened.
Yeah.
Like you look over into Lebanon. I mean, literally, you're yards from Lebanon. And you had, at one point, probably 30,000 Hezbollah troops out here in these little villages.
Right.
And they explained how they would set up a village because the UN is involved.
Yeah.
The UN is over there.
What did they say? United nothing.
The United
Yeah,
Nothing.
the United
the
Nothing. I learned that. The United Nothing. Whenever I say United Nations or not United Nothing, that means the United Nations. And the UN was aware, these villages are fake villages. There's no families there.
No.
It's all troops.
Occupied by men between the age of 18 and 40, basically.
Yeah. But on satellite, it looks like a village.
Yeah.
They even have washout on the hanging
yeah,
line,
that's
hanging
crazy.
on the,
Yes.
the dry line.
They make it look like they're
And at
living.
night, they pull in cars like people are getting home from work.
Yep.
But the Israelis, pretty much, they said all of this, there were no families. There were no families, all surrounding this. It's called Mitzkavam. And so when we got back there this year, they completely and totally flattened
Yeah.
all those villages to get to push the terrorists back even farther. And
Sorry. I don't know why my phone is going off. That was the sermon I was listening to this morning.
and then, but the only reason they were able to do that was because of October 7th.
Yeah.
It's like the Israelis just not only said, hey, we're going to go root out Hamas down in Gaza. This is our chance to really nail Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Right.
Because the Lebanese government's not strong enough to deal with them. In essence, they owned southern Lebanon, but not so much now. Not so much now.
Well, I mean, since October 7th, that's when the pager and the cell phone attacks happened.
Right.
All the Hezbollah
And they said they
people,
were
or the
planning that
radios.
for like a decade before that happened.
It's wild. So,
And so you get to see these areas that have been disputed, fought over. I will say this. Do you remember driving into Jerusalem? And the first place he takes us is to a really busy Muslim neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he points out, notice, look at all the Muslims.
Yeah.
This is our
we
tour
drive
guide.
straight through a Muslim,
Yeah.
like,
Look at all the Muslims walking the streets freely.
Yeah.
Do they look oppressed? And that's
Yeah.
that's
They did
what
say
we
that.
want to show you. We want to show you Israel being 10 million people? Is it 9 or 10?
something like that. Yeah.
2 million of them are Muslims
Yeah.
that are living peacefully,
Yep.
not behind walls, because they will work and they will not go jihad.
But do you notice how it was interesting when we were in Hebron? He was saying that the Muslim people are allowed to come into the Jewish area,
yeah.
but the Jewish people
Absolutely.
aren't allowed to go into their area.
Right.
It's like secured off.
Yeah.
So they can come in and out freely, right,
as
into
much
the
as they want.
areas, but the Jewish people aren't allowed to go into their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And Hebron, that's a subject that
Yeah.
we'll talk to you about. Hebron, that's, let me tell you something. You don't see a lot of Christian tours go to Hebron.
Right.
Technically, every time I've been to Hebron, we've been in a bulletproof bus, except this time.
Yeah.
We were not in a bulletproof bus this time. And the Israelis know. Sometimes your tour can't even go there. You might be scheduled for Hebron.
Sure.
Right.
But they'll say, nope, it's shut down. And it's really contested. These are places that you go. You get to go and you get to see this, right? You get
Yeah.
to see, you see the Syrian border, right? We were on the Syrian border. The
We're
Israeli
looking at Syria.
looking over into Syria.
Yeah.
I believe.
We were in the
could
building where they had bombed it. From,
At Metzkavam?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in Metzkavam, we were.
Yeah, we were.
We were in a building that's on the Lebanese border.
Yeah.
Where they had put a rocket.
Yeah.
Into that building, and it was like blackened out, and they're
crazy.
still there.
Yeah.
The Israelis live there, on top of this mountain. There's a kibbutz with the military. So you got the military, but then you have the men from the kibbutz.
Yeah.
They all live together. Like
But they don't- yeah.
What do you call it? Like a commune.
Yeah.
Like how we have communes here. You
Yeah.
ever heard of Choff? Christ Household of Faith,
Yeah.
commune. Bethany used to be a commune.
Yeah, it did. But
Yes.
they don't want to give up their land, so they stay there.
Yes.
They risk their lives because
Yeah.
they're like, we're not giving up another inch.
And so that's-
it's amazing actually when you
that was one of my favorite
Yeah.
places we got to go because we didn't get to do that last year. That was
No, we didn't.
Mitzvah,
We didn't get to go
yeah.
to the border because it was we
it-
went. Well, it was like a year
we
after
went
October
tight.
7th.
Yeah, it was too tight.
When you guys were there last year,
Yeah,
they were
Hezbollah.
busy
They were-
destroying
They were.
Hezbollah.
Yeah.
They were
absolutely.
because they know where most of their weapons are. They knew where their soldiers are hiding. You know, and even at Mitzkavam, they found a camp. All right, like behind that you can't see from the top of the mountain. That actually they said would hold 800 troops.
Yeah.
800 troops they had everything. They had food. They had bathrooms. They had all of their military. They had Humvees, vehicles. They were ready to invade.
Well, and
ready to invade.
They had drilled a tunnel that a Humvee could drive through
Right.
all the way about
Horrible.
a mile into the Israel side of the border.
Yes, and you're overlooking all of this.
Yeah.
And and hearing these stories, and I know I'm jumping around, but I
No,
want to go
it's-
back to I had someone who I know really well that has a Palestinian friend, that was kind of crying, listening to the Palestinian friend. Who knows? I don't know how much the Palestinian friend's ever been over there, but making a comment, oh, the Israelis are oppressing the Palestinians. Well, you need to go there.
I agree.
Because you're going to see
Yeah.
that the Muslims, if Muslims want to work and obey the laws,
They're invited.
they do. They live free. They live open. There's no walls. There's no fences.
Nope.
And there's a lot. And you drive through these places. They're not throwing rocks at your bus.
No.
There's some places in Israel where if you drive through
Sure.
Nablus, you get rocks at the bus.
We didn't get that.
But I'm just saying, the news will never show you that.
Yeah.
That there's 2 million Muslims over there working every day in Jerusalem and outside of Jerusalem. All right.
Yep.
And that aren't trying to kill the Jews, that aren't breaking the laws.
Yeah.
And it's normal.
Yeah.
It's just normal.
Right.
And so to say that they're oppressing them is just unbelievable. It's an unbelievable lie.
Yeah.
Right? It's an unbelievable lie to say the Israelis are oppressing the Palestinians. I'm even looking on the TNN ticker over there.
Yeah.
And there's CNN,
Yeah.
CNN ticker. And they're saying one Palestinian a day is being killed in Jerusalem.
Not by Jews.
Such a lie.
That's such a
It
lie.
might be true, but it's not by by Jews. It's not by Israel.
It's
No.
not true.
Yeah.
And so
Guy said Jerusalem was one of the most safe. He's like,
Yeah.
well, you can go walk by
Go
yourself.
walk 24 hours a day.
Right.
Go ahead.
You saw little kids
Yeah.
running around Jerusalem
Absolutely.
by themselves.
Right.
he's pointing this out.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this isn't like a setup tour. You're going to tense places.
Yeah, you are.
Disputed land. You're standing on land that Israel holds in the Golan Heights.
Right.
Looking into the Syrian border that Barack Obama was trying to give
Right.
back to Syria.
Right.
If that would have happened, who knows how much of Israel would still be there?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's just looking over.
Weren't you going to talk about that, about Syria?
Oh, yeah.
You?
Well, if you don't know your maps,
Yeah.
Lebanon and Syria are north on the northern part.
I don't know my map.
With Israel.
Lebanon
That's-
on the Mediterranean side,
Yeah.
Syria on the eastern side.
And
Jerry will put a map up.
and the Galilee is north, right? So you're seeing all this stuff when you're going to do the Galilee, right? We obviously you're on a boat, and we go out on the Galilee at sunset, and
Jeremiah
and you have
on a boat meme.
you have an experience. You could have an experience on the Galilee that you've never had before. I'll just say that if you're thinking about going.
Yeah.
And so that's when you get to view these places up north. And we're in the Golan Heights, and it's disputed. And, it runs all along, actually, the Syrian border into Lebanon. The Golan Heights continues to run into Lebanon. And I never thought of that before,
Yeah.
but a guy was telling, we're still in the
Yeah.
Golan Heights. We're still in the Golan Heights. And
Yeah, because
so-
I had so many people. Did we leave Israel? And I was
No.
like, no.
Well, because like the corner is
Yeah.
like Mount Hermon
Right.
that we didn't quite get to. We're close.
Well, you
We're
can see it.
close.
It's 2 hours up Mount
Yeah.
Hermon. We'll never go to the top of Mount Hermon, even though that's when.
Never say never.
Never
Well, that's
say
a 2
never.
hour drive up and down to go stand at the top of Mount Hermon in the snow.
See
for
if
an hour.
See if
see
the
if
Nephilim
the
are there.
watchers have left any signs for us.
Maybe we'll
Maybe we'll just go at ourselves on a private
we'll
bus
just bring,
at
we'll
5
just
a.m.
bring some tambourines and
Yeah.
sing up there. What do you want to do?
Ooh,
This is
I'm
where
going to bring the flag,
yeah.
Mount
Which
Hermon.
one? Which flag?
the Israeli and the United
okay.
States flag, one
Nice.
on each hand.
Mount Hermon is where the angels, they weren't fallen angels, they were God's angels.
The Watchers.
In charge of protecting the humans, decided to get together and sleep with women. It's amazing. Can you believe the number of people on that trip that had no idea about that? I was telling
yeah.
them about that.
Yeah.
They were like, what? You can tell who listened to the podcast and who
Yeah,
doesn't.
I was. Yeah, there was a few of them. I was like, "Do you, how did you end up here?"
But it really
But
is.
we're glad you're here.
It-
So
it's
glad.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're looking. You're looking from Carmel, Mount Carmel. You can see Megiddo. You can
Yep.
see the. You can see that where the last battle on earth
Yeah.
is going to take place, and you can see from Mount Carmel and Megiddo, Mount Tabor,
Yep.
that Deborah
Yeah.
went to the top of the mountain as bait, lured herself, gave herself as bait.
Yep.
And you know, God delivered the Israelites. You know, you see all these things in the Bible. It was just so amazing. We're looking down on Nazareth, right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Mount Precipice.
You have Megiddo on one side, where where you have the final battle that will take place. So I know I'm jumping all over the place, but
Is Megiddo also the site of Ezekiel 38? Kind of.
they don't make it in there. No,
No.
They do not. The armies, it doesn't say.
Yeah.
I think in Ezekiel 38 war, those armies enter, you know, and they're entering from wherever they're entering.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Well,
in
it
the
might be
south with Egypt.
multiple
Yes,
places
yes,
of
I'm sure.
coming in.
And, you know, they're destroyed by God. You know, and so
Yeah.
it really was an amazing place. But when we were on the Syrian border in the Golan Heights, you know, you're looking at it, and I feel like, did he point out Damascus? Were we able to
Yes.
see
Yes.
Damascus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
off in the distance.
Come
yeah.
on. I mean,
Yeah.
look at a map. You're on the border, and you can see Damascus.
It's like,
Look at a map. Look at Syria, and we're on the border of Syria and Israel. In Syria, in
Yeah.
Israel, and you can see Damascus.
it's
And-
the outskirts of Damascus, the hills that are there. Yeah.
And Jerry's going to put that up, that footage. You know, but it's incredible because this is the place they have to have Syria to really invade Israel
Right.
through the Ezekiel 38 war or Armageddon, either one.
Either one.
Both of those, you know, we haven't seen yet. And so you're looking at this. You're probably standing on the spot where many of the Antichrist tanks
Yeah.
will
you're right.
roll through
Right.
on Armageddon.
Yeah.
And then we're talking current events, right? So none of these people, I don't feel like they knew what we were trying to tell them.
Yeah.
I think it was new information to them that the guy in charge of Syria is ultra jihadist.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's the one who Trump had at the White House.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
yeah,
Yeah,
Trump
like
had
a
him at
month
the White
ago.
House, called him a tough guy. This guy is more radical. Al Qaeda wasn't enough for him. Okay, he's like, I'm gonna make something stronger and even more radical. Well, wow, he wound up in power.
Yeah.
He wound up in power.
Yeah. I mean, he took over everything Assad had, basically. And would you say he's probably Turkey backed?
Yes, and Turkey's behind the whole thing with Syria. Okay, and extremely strong military in Turkey.
Yeah. Under Erdogan.
Possibly rival Israel's military, possibly.
Without the backing of the U.S.
Yes, if
Yeah.
it was just a straight up fight between the two, it would be a close fight. And so and what's really concerning you guys, and you need to know this, there's a group of people, you can Google them. They're called the Kurds. Okay, the Kurdish people. There's 80 million Kurdish people. And they're all over there. You know, that's who our Saddam Hussein was persecuting
genocide.
them.
He was going after genocide in Iraq.
Well, these Kurds, they're great fighters. And the U.S. has supported them. They have tanks. They have an army. They have standing armies. There's actually Muslim Kurds and there's Christian Kurds. But they're all have been on our side the whole time.
Right.
And now what you've got is Trump backing this Syrian dude,
Which is
Crazy.
and he is attacking the Kurds in Syria, and they're caught in like a sandwich because you've got Turkey on the other side,
Right.
who has always killed the Kurds.
Yep.
And so, pray for our president because it's a bad move. All right, to back that animal jihadist in Syria.
And Guy was saying also with all the tension with Iran is also kind of keeping Syria in check. So I don't know if Trump's trying to play both ways, but I agree he needs the Lord's wisdom on this because messing or whatever the U.S. and Israel are going to do with Iran, if Iran is all of a sudden not a power, who knows what's going to happen through Syria and how close they are to Israel and the Kurds, obviously.
I mean, this land is so important. And I want to tell you this, and we told the tour this. If that regime in Iran falls, okay, I'll tell you this, then I don't believe the rapture is coming as quick as we thought.
Right.
All right. Maybe it still is. It depends on if Ezekiel 38 is before the rapture or after the rapture. That is a war. That is the Gog-Magog war. And I'm just saying, because Iran has to be part of that invasion of the Gog-Magog war, and that you read about in Ezekiel 38.
Yep.
Right. And so, I'm almost hoping that the mullahs over there, the crazy mullahs who aren't even Persians, leading Iran, dictating Iran. I hope they don't fall, because Iran will have to start over and then become an enemy of Israel and the United States.
Right.
And that pushes everything back. Everything back, like it's not as fast as we thought. Could the rapture still come in 2029, 2030?
Yeah.
If Iran changes into a new regime, right? Yes, of course it can.
Yeah.
Of course it can.
Things can move quickly.
Yes, but we know that Ezekiel 38 is the Gog-Magog war has got to happen.
Yep.
We don't know if we're going to see it, or we don't know if it's going to be right after the rapture. I'm just telling you, it's hard to have Ezekiel 38 war with no Iran. Then the Bible's wrong, because the Bible's saying Persia will be in that fight. Right?
How many Christians do you think there are in Iran?
I don't know. There's 90 million in that population.
Yeah.
I bet 1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, might be more than that. I used to have.
Yeah, I do remember him.
He would go into Iran.
Yeah.
With like a Bible. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Wow.
Right. Jerry.
Delete.
Yeah, maybe.
Just take the name out.
Yep.
Right.
Give
but
it
this,
a.
But this guy that used to preach here.
Yeah.
He. You got to take that name out, Jerry. Okay, that was a big screw up. He would go into Iran with a briefcase, with a Bible school briefcase. Wow. This is years ago. A briefcase in his Bible school. Or a Bible school.
a Bible school in his briefcase.
Right. I've only had 2 shots of espresso today, so somehow I got addicted to espresso.
Waiter. Espresso.
I tried to warn you that the coffee in Israel was great. No one believed me.
It is definitely stronger.
I did. I talked about it what?
I was drinking coffee in Israel when you were 19.
I understand. I'm saying.
Tried to warn me. Listen. 6 to 7.
Oh my God,
I tried to warn you.
I'm saying that you're gonna just drink a lot of espresso over there because you're tired and you're jet lagging and you just
6 to 7 a day, a minimum of 4. Minimum of 4.
I had to slow down because I wasn't sleeping. I had to go.
Cut back.
I got
Yeah,
cut
me
off
too.
by noon. I was like,
Same.
I
Not
would
me.
like to
I
sleep
drink
at
a
some
coffee
point here.
Me and Jerry, we got it at dinner one night, 7 p.m.
That's me in the United States. I'd do that.
Yeah,
But
not there. Anyways,
So
we digress to nothing.
Iran,
It's
yeah.
very interesting, these talks that are going on, because they're trying to bring the regime down.
right.
Right. And he's got that flotilla of ships
Yep.
as if we're going to attack. And
I think Trump would be happy as if we somehow eliminate their nuke power, or at least we think we have,
right.
and that would leave the regime in place. But I don't know if that's going to happen peacefully.
And on another note, back home here, I don't think Linnea wants to talk about this, but I have seen for the first time, the kidnapping of Samantha
Oh yeah,
Guthrie's mother, an 84-year-old woman in Arizona. Very sad, terrible thing. I feel for them,
Yeah.
Anyone that his mother is in that position.
As a family whose
But-
grandmother has gone missing, yes.
Very interesting, though.
it's
Can I tell you
awful.
something? These Epstein files have been dropped.
oh yeah, yep.
Okay. And now everybody's had time to sift through them.
Like a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's
And
disgusting, is what it is.
Savannah Guthrie's
Savannah.
husband, Savannah Guthrie's
yeah.
husband, she's on the Today Show, was responsible for the company responsible for wiping
For
her-
scrubbing, he worked for the Clintons. He was in charge of scrubbing any connections, any wrong information about Clintons or the people that work with Epstein and all that. That was Savannah Guthrie's husband's position.
And remember-
he owns a corporation that does it still.
Remember when Hillary Clinton, scrubbed the emails?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
That was
bleached her hard drive.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I think that's interesting that
Yeah.
when this Savannah, and you can look at an interview in 2020 with Trump. It was Savannah Guthrie,
Yeah.
and she got angry at him 3 times. She tried to get him to denounce because he was saying that the Democrats have a child sex ring, and he kept saying
Right.
it.
He just-
and she got angry at him.
Yeah.
Right? And she went at him like 3 different times. And I think this is very interesting because I'm
She's
telling
a
you,
Christian.
this is what we're trying to tell you here. All right. There's some type of connection between the Epstein files
Yeah.
and this Guthrie kidnapping.
Absolutely.
And why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Guess what? We've got 4 kidnapping ransom notes. Guess who's all over the Epstein files? Guess who's all over the Epstein files? The Harvey guy from
Harvey
TMZ.
Weinstein.
Yep.
Harvey Weinstein from TMZ
Which
is getting the ransom notes, but Harvey Weinstein is all over the Epstein files.
Right.
speaking of,
Oh yeah.
why are you sending a ransom note to TMZ? I don't look at TMZ as a major news outlet.
No.
I look at them as
It's tabloid
fodder, right?
Yeah. It's just tabloid stuff.
So you're sending a ransom note
Unserious things.
to TMZ
Yeah.
for Samantha Guthrie's mom, Savannah Guthrie.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the whole situation's all weird, right? Everything about it is weird.
Yeah.
Them making pleas publicly is weird.
Right.
Okay, I understand, right? My grandma went missing. It's very tragic. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
You have trauma for years from it, right? But why release all of the evidence you had a week, 10 days later of the video footage of it?
Mm-hmm.
Just the way they've leaked things out, the way things have been going, just the family's interaction with each other when they're on
Yeah.
the video is crazy. I got a lot to say about that, but
Do you think part of it is staged? Do you think it's a distraction for
I don't
some
know
of the
what
Epstein
I think,
things?
but I think if you guys have even seen a blip of the Epstein, I'm going to tell you one story. I was telling Jim.
It is.
Okay,
It is.
This girl who got sex trafficked found Jesus while she was with the Epstein.
yeah.
She's
Oh, my
and
goodness.
she's telling the captor that I feel peace when I'm with Jesus. Like, he is the only one that gives me peace. He gives me comfort while I'm here. So the guy emails Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein says, dress up like Jesus next time you do anything to her. So then the next time the guy comes into the room to rape her, whatever they want to do with her, right? And he is dressed up like Jesus and like quotes things from the Bible and has the Bible in his hand to this girl who I think ended up getting murdered. I'm not sure.
I think so too.
But that is how sick these people are. So then if you see all these CEOs right now who have any connection with Epstein, they're all resigning.
Yeah.
Why though? I thought Epstein wasn't bad.
Right.
If this is what's going on, and you're not getting any story from NBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN. None of this. You're going to hear none of this. I saw on the first time on One America Network. Is that what it is? One American News.
You got it.
This morning, Dan Ball was all over this and saying there is a connection between the Savannah Guthrie kidnapping and the Epstein files.
And I just said it to Jim yesterday. I said, I'm so tired of everybody in the media just talking about it. Like, let's talk about the connections and why it's happening. And then he told me this morning that that's what happened. But I was listening. Megyn Kelly, like, it's all she's done. So I haven't really listened to it. Just, it's whatever. But she did have a clip from Savannah Guthrie's book, which this is very interesting because Savannah Guthrie's reading it, where she talks about how as children, her and her sister would get kidnapped by their aunt. And then they would have to call the mom and like ask for a ransom. So it was like a game they played as kids. Just very a lot of weird things.
I was going to say it's interesting that the Dems pushed for it for years and years and years. Didn't release anything while Biden
no, of course not.
was president. But as soon as Elon Musk dropped the name and said Trump's in the Epstein files, now they wanted it, and then now it's been released, and they don't want to talk about it at all.
Of course, because they're all in it.
I saw Hillary Clinton in an interview, and boy, does she look horrible, doesn't she?
Does she?
She looked like she's aged like 7 years and 7 months.
She might have been cut off from her blood sacrificing.
Right.
Speaking of, that's another thing that has come out, and Nicki Minaj talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicki Minaj. Do you know who Nicki?
Wild.
This is a
wild transformation.
World's top 10 female pop artist. Has become a Christian.
Has become a Christian.
Go ahead, Linnea.
And I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but she posts out a tweet and says the music industry has the people there. If you want to be a big name, and let's just say any celebrity probably who is up there, they've done sacrificing of like a child. They say they adopt a child.
Right.
They go to these countries. Why do you think so many kids are missing? And then they take these kids and they sacrifice them for themselves to get power. Or they drink the blood, which is coming out. I don't know if you've seen it. They're now starting to talk about like celebrities and other people who are drinking blood. And then they sacrifice and they do these rituals. And it's in the music, it's in the lyrics. But if you want to become anybody, anywhere, this is what you have to do. You have to take a child, you have to do sexual acts, and you have to sacrifice them to the God. And then that's how you get, it's a soul contract.
Baal worshippers.
And so she's like, I'm saying this. You guys better pray for me because something might happen to me. And then you have A$AP Rocky, who's married to Rihanna, right? Or dating her or whatever they are, right?
Yeah.
And he says the same thing. He's very careful about this like lady who's like which we've talked about a couple months ago. I talked about, she has a clothing line, but she's a big witch in Hollywood and in the music industry. And he said, I won't go near her. And he's like, I'm just going to say she does things that I don't agree with, and I stay clear of that because you have to give her something. You have to give her a contract with your soul for that.
We haven't talked about it in a while, but everybody, including my parents, doesn't believe me. The blood drinkers are going to get caught. Okay, all these people are drinking blood. It's far more than a sex ring. They want human blood. It's part of their deal.
Well, I was just telling Jim this.
I think it makes them younger.
You guys know, listen to this. This skin product I've been using for like 2 to 3 years. They came out with this whatever thing. It's called Vampire Exomes. And it's a serum you put on your face and you put on for 10 minutes. And like I had it in my cart a few times and I always got to check about it. And I never bought it, right? So like a year. And then I'm like, I'm gonna order it. So I get it, I put it on my face, and like my eye literally was like swollen shut for 2 days. So I go on and I am reading the ingredients. the ingredients is it's like, so when you go, they take plasma from your blood
Yeah.
and they take this random blood from blood banks and they spin it and then they put it in this face serum. So it's blood on your face from like other people. I sent it back.
Linnea put human blood on her face.
Yes, you
went
guys.
to sleep. Right, this isn't
Plasma.
a product.
This isn't a product that they're selling on the market. And
Right.
I thought,
This-
oh my
it's-
gosh,
this is
this
coming.
is
I'm telling you,
This
this is
is
coming,
crazy.
and the blood drinkers are
Yeah.
going to get caught.
I returned it,
and it's
okay.
all these people.
It's the modern age
look,
vampires.
you're
what
going to
it
think
is.
I'm overstepping.
Yeah.
It's the Clintons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
100%.
It
and
is.
I know you think I'm whacked. Like the
100%.
people like my parents out there that just watch regular news.
Well, we're in their
and don't-
basement, so we got to be
Yeah,
careful what we
I
say.
know, I know. Don't
You
say
guys,
it
the
too
amount
loud.
of people on the trip who really thought we're in Mac Hammond's basement, we're really never in Mac Hammond's basement.
No.
But I had so many people like, oh, you guys are really in his basement? No.
Wow.
It's Jim's
No.
dry humor.
Actually,
I'm being sarcastic.
We're in John's office.
we're in a tree fort out back of
Oh, I
Mac
would
and
love a
Lim's
tree fort.
property.
Listen, back on
That's even better.
with a Middle Eastern subject here. We've gone back and forth. You've seen me go back and forth saying the Palestinians are the Edomites.
Right. Yeah.
Then I said, check that. The Palestinians come from all over.
Yeah.
All right. Guy, look at how Guy changed me. Mount Seir are the Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
Esau. Okay? Esau. And you can see in Obadiah, they get judged. I don't think that's happened to them yet. And neither does Guy. I believe that the Palestinian people are the Edomites. They come from Esau. They're also called Mount Seir, Seir. And this is why. Tell me this doesn't sound like the Palestinians. All right, we'll close with this. Moreover, the word Ezekiel 35. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face. That's what he calls Ezekiel. Okay, set your face against Mount Seir. Prophesy against it. Thus says the Lord. Behold, Edomites, Palestinians. Right. I'm against you. I will stretch out my hand against you. I will make you most desolate. I shall lay your cities waste. You shall be desolate. Then you shall know that I am Lord, because you have had an ancient hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the power of the sword at the time of their calamity, when their iniquity came to an end. Therefore, this was way back, but listen, this is also prophecy, right? As I live, says the Lord God, I will prepare for you blood, and blood shall pursue you. Since you have not hated blood, therefore blood shall pursue you. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it the one who leaves and the one who returns. Okay? Thus, that's key. Most desolate, cut off from it the one who leaves and the one who returns. I will fill its mountains with the slain, your hills and your valleys and in your ravines. Those who are slain by the sword shall fall. I will make you perpetually desolate. Your cities shall be uninhabited, and you shall know that I am Lord, because you have said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. This and here it's talking about southern and northern Israel.
Right.
All right, that's what they're saying right now.
right.
They're still saying it's
From
mine.
the river to the sea.
They're
Yeah.
still saying it's mine.
Yep.
Gaza's mine. The West Bank's mine.
Right.
The Golan Heights mine. The Temple Mount
Yep.
is mine. That's a whole nother subject.
That's a
We're going to
different-
talk
yeah.
about the Temple Mount as we go through these different sites that we saw. Go ahead, Linnea.
No, I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, finish that because.
Well, this is what they're doing right now, even.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that has something to do with what we read. Is like, what was that about going out and coming in, right?
Yeah.
I will make you perpetually desolate, because you have said these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. I will possess them, although the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, says the Lord, I will do according to your anger and according to the envy which you showed in your hatred against the Jews. I will make myself known among them when I judge you. Then you shall know that I am Lord. I have heard all your blasphemies, which you have spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are desolate. They are given to us to consume. Thus with your mouth have boasted against me, and your words against me. I've heard them. Thus says the Lord, the whole earth will rejoice when I make you desolate, as you rejoiced because the inheritance of the house of Israel was desolate. So I will do to you. You shall be desolate, O Mount Seir, Palestinians, as well as all of Edom, all of it. Then they shall know that I am the Lord. Now, let me say this. We're looking at the Sumerian mountains, right? When Guy was reading this to me.
Yeah.
Because in Samaria is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The West Bank.
Yeah.
This is all disputed land with the United Nations, everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Even on your Google map, it says disputed land,
Yes.
but Israel's like, this is part of Israel.
What's your question, Linnea?
Well, I was just going to ask because the Gaza Strip, I've seen things lately that says the firm that Jared Kushner, who's Trump's son-in-law, is going to start developing the Gaza Strip. Like, what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's really going to happen? Do you think it's like, why are we doing that?
I do. I think it's got something to do with the Antichrist and where he's going to hang out or what he's going to do.
Interesting.
Like, because he's going to spend time in Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. And this isn't this far off. If we're looking at this coming in 4 to 5 years.
Right.
And yes, can't you see that getting done? There is something to me. Sorry to be like on, but you follow your heart, right? You guys talk about conspiracy theories, but there's something interesting about Jared Kushner.
I agree with you. That's why I'm asking.
There's something odd about the Kushners and the Kushner family.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not throwing. This is not coming against the president or.
Well, it's okay. It's not his. It's his wife or his daughter's husband's family, and they're Jewish. They're a big time. What is it? Real estate.
Yeah.
Development. Like their hands are kind of in everything.
It's interesting that he's
not around this time.
Well, no, he's.
I mean,
firmly
around,
entrenched with the talks with Iran,
right?
And Russia,
right?
Yeah.
There's something about it. There's something about it.
Yes, and we're going to leave you with that.
Wait, can I say one thing about Israel?
I wanted to say something too.
Both of you comment on.
Okay, I want to say one thing. If you're on the fence and you're deciding if you should go, right? I had so many people come up.
Talking about the tour.
Yeah, the tour or going to Israel. I had so many people come up to me, and I've gotten so many texts afterwards saying like, this trip has changed my life. I had no idea. It made the Bible come alive. I'm going to carry this with me forever. I'm going to think about it. This one couple's like, this was the only time we came, and I'm so glad it was with your group. You guys are. It was very informational. Like you almost feel like information overload.
Yeah.
Because you're getting it from Jim and you're getting it from Guy, and you're on the land and you're taking it in. But I'm going to say we had a guy, a rabbi, when we were in Hebron, come up to one of the guys on our tour and say that the light of, or the love of Israel, or the light of Israel, is shining on this group.
Yeah.
And I had so many Jewish people say to me, "Thank you for coming. I know you don't think it's a big deal, but since the war happened, it is a very big deal that people are coming over here. People feel safe, especially with how everybody feels about Israel. Not everybody agrees with it. We had people on the trip whose family members stopped talking to them because they came on the tour, right? That's how ingrained people are against Israel in general.
Yeah, right.
So you had people saying like, no, I'm going there. Like this is going to do something for me. And you see the devil try to work against people. And then they get over there and you're like, no wonder he tries to stop you from it.
Right.
Because once you go over there and you see it for yourself, your eyes are literally open. Like you want to defend it.
Yeah.
You want to defend the land. You want to defend the people, but it does something to you. It does something to your spirit and it changes you.
Absolutely.
And just because you've been there once doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. All I'm saying is,
For sure.
And if you haven't been there at all, you really don't know what you're talking about.
No, you
All right?
gotta go and
scratch the surface.
Shut up.
For sure.
Okay.
Wow.
Shut up. Quit talking about. Quit looking at 2-minute TikTok videos.
Right. Go there.
Right, and siding against the Jews. Then you're an ignorant. You're an ignorant Christian.
Well, you're one of the people that like from the book 1984, where you're just led around by the news, and that's all you hear, and then you believe it, and then you act accordingly.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say one of my favorite things about the trip is watching you and Guy hash out the word and go, this is what I've thought, and he says, this is what I've thought, and this is what I think this, and then you guys, you didn't argue about it, but you're like, just going together and trying to discover what the word says and have the context right in front of you. I thought that was always fun to watch and see that happen.
It's comfortable. We can, either one of us can tell the other one he's wrong respectfully in front
Right.
of 54 people.
Yeah.
We just don't care. We want to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when I'm presenting anything, I look at him.
Yeah.
I
sure.
You say
glance at him.
correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
Like I'm
But-
looking for him to nod
Yeah.
or say maybe that's off.
Yeah.
I just want you to understand what we're doing.
Right.
What we're showing you in Israel.
And one more thing, having a Jewish guide explain to you
Oh, yeah.
the like what things actually mean and like what I don't know what the Jewish people do, right? Why it's done that way, why things are said that way, what those words actually mean is so much deeper
It's
than what this.
so
I mean,
Just
the
reading the
Bible
Bible.
is yes.
Makes the
I-
Bible come alive.
Because you
enjoy
read
it
these
so much.
stories and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. But then when they put the Jewish
Yeah.
heritage to it,
Yep.
you're like, oh my gosh, I get it now.
And the Jewish commentary.
Yeah.
They're our fathers of
Yeah.
the faith.
Right.
Okay. And
And his knowledge of the life of Jesus and
Yeah, it's
and the New
unbelievable.
Testament
Guy
is fantastic.
Hey, and his daughter Yelet got to come.
And it's-
so
It
she
was
watches.
nice to see Yelet.
Yes.
Yelet.
Yelet,
Yeah.
Shiley, Natalie. I had the honor of meeting Guy's family.
Oh yeah, cool.
And so, but honestly, this whole Ezekiel 35 was an argument.
Yeah.
We were arguing on the bus. And I think the mic was going back and forth.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I was giving my take on who the Palestinians were. And Guy's like, let me prove it to you.
Yeah.
And he reads Ezekiel 35 and he says,
Yeah.
that's the same stuff they're doing now, Jim.
Well, and I think
it's the same stuff they're saying.
I thought it was cool that you read the blood.
Yeah.
It's talking about the blood because this goes back to Esau and Jacob,
Right.
And if they're the Edomites, they're Jacob, and this really just lays it out. Like,
Yes.
this is ancient blood coming against ancient blood.
Yes, yes, and so, we want you to come next year.
Yeah.
Only 54 seats, and it'll
We'll
be.
let you know when the link's
we're
available.
We're trying for the last 2 weeks in February.
Yeah,
Is what we'd like to do. If we can't get that, then we'll get the first 2 weeks in February, like we just did. So
the weather was incredible.
Phenomenal.
It was like
We all
65 to
kind of came back
75.
with some glow.
I know it was really nice.
and thank you for being patient with us with the updates. I think Jerry was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I
funny.
think, I think we shorted you one update. I just didn't have the energy by the end. I didn't give you number 5. I didn't send you off. I was going to send.
we said 3 to 5, so
Yeah.
we hit
Okay,
it.
we did 4. I think I was trying for 5.
Did we end with the cheese?
We did.
Cheese was.
Do
good.
you know I found something out about the Temple Mount? It was
No.
like the area of like where the best cheese was made. Isn't that interesting?
Really?
So I think when David's dad Jesse told him to, isn't that his dad? I think so.
Yes, that's
Told him
correct.
to take the cheese to his brothers.
Yeah. He was bringing the best.
Yes, I think he was.
They were making
Did you
cheese
bring
at
your-
the Temple Mount.
No, the
No, the
area.
area of the Temple Mount.
Is where they made the best cheese.
Yes, and then that's where he came from.
That
Because there
was
was no temple at that point.
right.
That day was surreal. Like, okay, you
was
have the
so good.
wall, the Wailing Wall. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've heard about that. That's the only part
You
of
guys,
the,
it's
the Jewish
amazing.
temple that's left. But on top of that is the big golden dome. And you go up there. The Muslims own it. The Jews let them have it. They own.
Which is
the
so-
Jews took that.
so weird.
They took that all in '67, but they let them have the very top. You got the black mosque. You've got the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and we actually go up there and we're talking to you
so wild.
about because there's going to be a new temple built,
Yeah.
like a tribulation temple
Right.
built. And guys up there giving Jonathan Kahn's take that you can actually fit a temple right here
Right.
and keep the golden dome. And I think that's what the
So
Antichrist would do, right?
weird.
If we are now thinking Islam is the whore of Babylon
That's what
and
I
possibly not the Catholic Church.
I think it's.
And I
But
do
they
that.
could be tied with him
I think that
because of the
Joe
Mother
Morris-
Mary.
yeah, there could be.
They say the whole Allah and the Mary thing.
Yes.
Remember?
Well,
But
it's-
anyways.
yeah,
Thank
So-
you.
there's a lot to hash out.
Sorry, we just thought we would come and just kind of
We
rehash.
process some stuff.
But there's some things that and we're gonna hit these sites, but we're talking about Israel. All right,
Yeah.
we are talking about Israel for the next few weeks.
Good.
It is the subject that should be talked about. Believe it or not, I believe it's somehow tied into revival here in the States. I don't know why.
I buy it.
Well, that would be biblical, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Because of the Book of Acts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tells me to keep if I go Romans,
Yeah,
I've got 3 months in Israel.
Yeah.
Because I'm at chapters 9, 10, and 11.
perfect.
If I'm starting Wednesday nights, March 11th here at Living Word. I do 12 Wednesday nights in a row. That will not be on Israel. That is just going to be, I'm just going to do what I want to do. But we're going to stay on this on the Final Hour podcast. Also, we're going to kind of over the next few weeks walk you through the tour.
Yeah.
All right. And talk about these sites. Maybe give you a
little amuse bouche. We're not going to do the whole tour, right? Because we want them to come to the tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you something. Even if you hear it, but when you go there and you step on the ground there, it
yourself
transforms.
Yeah.
Your soul. I don't know
to feel
what else
it,
to
to
say.
smell it. That's what Guy kept saying.
That's true, though.
To
Occupy
see the
land.
Bible, smell it, feel it,
Taste
it.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Jesse. Remember Sarah and Jesse?
Yeah, the sister. Yes.
Okay. Major watchers.
Yes.
I
had a friend come on the tour who doesn't watch. She's seen a few of the podcasts, and she's like, I had no idea how much these people love the podcast, watch the podcast, share information about the podcast. We were at dinner one night, and Jim was going to tell this story that he thought was so great, and the one lady's like, "Yeah, you do. We know this happens," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, you said on the podcast."
What did I tell?
It was going to be the story of Jamie at the end dinner where he was like.
The
Jello shots.
I shared the Jello shots on the podcast.
Yeah, a couple of times ago.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we don't need to hear it again.
We have to keep up with which stories I've told, right? I don't want to be that guy.
No, we don't. Okay. We won't let you be that guy. I just said we don't need to hear it again. Right. We heard it already.
And hey, International Jim did not completely come out.
He was good.
He didn't come out to the tour.
No. International Jim came out in the room a few times, but not to the extent that it has been. Don't you agree?
Thought Jim was on good behavior.
Yes,
great.
I was on good behavior. No one ticked me off. There was no drama, we were blessed. We were blessed the whole tour.
It was really
and
good.
I really felt close with the tour.
Yeah.
By the end, that's why
why you break bread with people.
That's why we'll only.
Absolutely.
Well, we certainly did. We'll only do one bus ever.
Thank God.
I feel like if there was multiple buses, you would get gypped by not having Guy.
Right.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yes,
Guy is impressive.
And so there was a pretty strong spiritual unity.
Yeah.
On this bus by the end. It's the way you want it. Mm-hmm. And the God just blessed us, and we give him the credit.
Yeah.
And the praise and the glory. There was no sickness. There was no injuries. I've seen horrible things happen on tours. So he protected us, and we were blessed. Nothing violent, but just weird accidents.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Everybody got along. Everybody loved each other. We had people from other states who came in, and they were like, we felt like we were part of the family because you welcomed us with open arms. So that's a credit to everybody who was on the tour.
Yeah.
So be thinking about next year, the Final Hour podcast, the 3rd annual Final Hour podcast tour next year, right? It's been, and I'm talking to those people, the people that actually watched the podcast that were on the tour. Thank you so much. You're all I've thought about since I've been back. It just, my head is just full of too much information. And you're honestly a blessing. And we have your picture. I have a picture I wonder what I did with that picture.
I'm sure I hauled it back.
Okay.
You guys. Oh, yeah.
How's his shepherd?
It's all in one piece.
We should have had it sitting right here.
I didn't want to unwrap it. You know what?
Shepherd. And
You
it was a
haven't looked
gift,
at it.
right? And it was a kind gift, but I don't know.
It was a kind gift that I had to haul home for Jim. And I got stopped at every customs counter, every security check-in and I literally looked in New York and I was like, if I don't get that back in 2 seconds, I'm walking away. And then I realized my jacket was in the bag. And I was like, if my coat wasn't in the bag, I would have left it.
I don't know.
That's where I was at that point. I didn't feel good. I was annoyed.
It's an expensive gift. And it's a blessing.
It's beautiful olive wood.
I just don't even know where I would put it because it is, I think my mom would say it's kind of tacky, but tacky.
We got it.
Okay.
You didn't have to, why'd you cough?
I don't know. I think it's bad. It's
delivery.
Disrespectful to say that about a gift. that someone gave you?
It's beautiful,
You can
but
say,
it has to
"Thank
fit
you."
with your decor.
Yeah,
Right.
but you're gonna put it at your house. Or you're gonna leave it.
No, we're putting
in
it
the
on
office?
his.
there.
Yeah, we're putting
That's
it.
gonna block your view.
I
put it in
think
front of
I don't
I
want to
think we
see
should
that thing
get
ever
some
again. You
really,
guys.
really good epoxy and just put it on the hood of your car.
Jim's car.
Yeah,
Jim's
All right.
car.
Yep.
Jim and the
the
shepherd.
Lord is my shepherd.
Put it on the front of my Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah, the Lord
with
is my
that-
shepherd.
I just bought that car, by the way.
Did you? Good for you.
About time. What a waste of money the lease is. I've been saying that for 10 years.
Yeah.
You finally listened to me.
Yeah. I leased it for 3 years and then I bought it. But thank you.
Well, welcome to owning your first car. Do you feel like a grown up now?
No, I owned cars before.
I mean, in a
before
while,
the leasing
though.
thing came out. That wasn't always an option.
I don't know. I'm way younger than you.
Yes, like I said. Like I said, I was
Oh, you guys, I have a funny
I
story.
was in Israel
okay?
when Linnea was
Hold on.
19,
Well,
getting married right out of high school, right?
yeah, you're at my wedding. But you guys, this is funny, okay? We'll end on a funny story. So, speaking of the olive tree that Jim has that's a shepherd, we went to this
The olive tree?
John said it was an
It's olive wood.
Olive wood. Olive
and
wood.
it's carved.
Okay, but listen, this is funny.
Rello.
So we go to this olive oil press place that happens to be facial, like facial products.
up in the Golan Heights.
Jerry gets himself some like good hair stuff, right?
Of course.
And Jim comes out with a bag of facial products, and his like skin is like glistening, right?
glowing.
So we're like, oh, I was like, oh, okay, that's like he put some serum and stuff on his face. That's great. The next morning, the man comes down for breakfast, and he's like, you can see it all over his face.
It's all over my body.
We can only see your neck and your face. But
We
I
don't
looked
know
at
about
him,
the rest.
And I was like, wow, you're glistening today. That is an olive oil glow.
He's been anointed.
So I think I teased Jim so much that he maybe stopped wearing it. But I had these guys on the trip laughing, and I was like, you guys think if Jim wore that on the stage at church with the lights, he'd be like a basking turkey
It's not
with
just
olive oil?
It's not straight olive oil. It's products for your body.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good. It's good
good
amino
stuff.
acids for your face.
It's
but
amazing stuff.
but look, the body.
I wish I had a picture
The
of
body
Jim.
stuff. So the first day I put it all over my body, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was in a hurry and just threw my clothes on.
You can't. You got to
It's
let it
stained.
soak in.
It's soaked through my sweatshirt.
Yeah,
It's
so you
stained.
see spots on Jim's
ever had-
sweatshirt.
you ever
His
had
face
lotion
is
stain?
glowing. Just
anyway.
hilarious.
Yep, I did. I spent $500
Israel all over him.
at the olive oil facial place.
That place is great, though.
It's where the guy's great.
We still have some from the first year.
I didn't. I don't buy anything there, but it's
was good.
It's funny. It's funny.
good stuff.
Jerry's hair. Jerry got some compliments on his hair, and he's like, "This is where I buy my shampoo."
Yeah,
Booyah.
Jerry thinks
Olive
he's
oil
so- Yeah,
shampoo.
Jerry actually said to me, I got on after one site and he said, your hair looks like Albert Einstein because it was very windy, but we'll close with that. I thought about that the rest of the time.
You did. You did
but
have some
that-
poofy hair days.
Right. You just needed a little product.
It was a mistake not getting my hair cut before
It
Izzy
always
too.
is a mistake.
Because it goes this way. It doesn't go this way. It goes this way. But thank you so much for tuning into the Final Hour podcast. We're gonna miss the 2026 Final Hour podcast tour to Israel. God bless you. We'll be back next week, but we'll be talking about it.